Hey guys, so I've been getting some messages over LinkedIn, and some people have also reached out to me using emails. So they actually want to know how to go about creating a user in Oracle Cloud and also add roles. So I was assuming that that's pretty trivial and folks already know that, and there might be other YouTube videos or documentation around that. But I think folks who are trying to access my channel also wanted to, have this kind of video. So today I'm just going to put together a quick one. So I'm going to show you how to create a user and add the required roles, okay, and then grant the different data accesses. It's pretty straightforward process. So this is for somebody who doesn't know that. If folks already know that, you can skip this video. You don't need to see that. But this is for somebody who totally doesn't know how to create a user and how to add roles. Okay. So first thing is whoever is doing this, whichever user is doing this, that user needs to have certain roles. So that user will already have the IT security manager and things like that, right? So imagine that person is the admin. So here, this PPM01 student in this case has those roles. So that role, that user is like an admin. So here we don't have like a user administrator or things like role. Everything in cloud, as you know, is handled with the role based access. Okay. So let's go to the security console. Sorry, and let's go to security console. Okay, and then go to users. Say add a user account. Okay, and then you can start creating the first name, last name. You can give the email address, phone number, and as you can see, the first name dot last name becomes the user ID. Okay, and then you can give the password, whatever you want. Now comes to the add role. So the first, if you want to do implementation, the first and important role you give is application implementation consultant. This should be the first role you give. This is for doing the implementation activities. Okay. Then the second one is application implementation manager. So this is for manager of the consultant. So if he wants to see the status of all the different implementation tasks, okay, then this is the role to be used. And I would also generally add another one, which is called administrator. Remember, I also select the ones which starts with ORA always. Okay. So let's see if you have done the manager. I think I've selected the other one. Okay. Should select this one. Okay. Done. So you see, this one I can remove. I don't need this. So these are the three roles which are related to implementation. Now, if you want to uh, have this kind of security console access, then you must give IT security manager. Okay, that is this one, IT security manager. I'm not going to do that for this user, but if you want to be an admin and you want to control everything, you need this. So generally in the company, only few people will have access to this role because this, as you know, controls everything. So I'm not going to give access to this one right now, but I want to tell you this is the one. Okay. Now, specifically if you're working in the company in certain modules and you're implementing certain modules, you only need those roles. Okay, so there is a documentation available online per module. Okay, I'll tell you how we need to get into that one. You can go to Google and say security roles for Oracle Financials, security reference for Oracle Financials. Okay, this is the document. Okay, so this is an older release, but that's okay. So it tells you what are the different roles available: account payable, invoice, supervisor, manager, specialist. Everything is available in this list. Okay, and this is just for financials. All the way till tax. I don't even use travel manager anytime. So we have tax, supplier administrator, we have revenue manager, revenue analyst. I used to tell you, right? So for all the RMCS, you need these two modules. In addition to that, I don't know if you are aware, but there are types of roles. One is a job role, job role. Then there is a duty role. Okay, and then there is a data role, and then there is an abstract role. Okay, abstract role. Now job role is the one. So all of these, right, like whichever you see here, which can be assigned to an end user, are called job roles. So job role is something you can assign to the end user, assign to an end user. Okay, now duty roles, and then privileges. Sorry, it was privileges. Abstract cloud you can ignore, it's a separate one. So think of it like job role will have some duty roles. Duty roles will in turn have some privileges. Okay. So for example, if you take any one of them also, right, invoice manager, this will have a lot of subtasks. Okay. and those subtasks are kind of duty roles, and then duty roles in turn will have privileges. Okay, but you cannot assign this and this directly to end user. You only have to use this. Okay, so this is the document you can find, and there are some abstract roles which I always add in addition to the regular job roles. They're like things like employee. It gives you access to run some kind of reports. Always, I use employee. Okay, and then I use something called line manager, sorry, I use line manager. Okay, so these are the kind of roles I need. Sometimes I use functional administrator, functional, see, functional setup user. All these, although they are not needed, but there are some one or two attributes which show up when I use this. So I just go ahead and give functional setup admin also. And then there is an integration specialist. So these are the kind of roles I take just to avoid any issues. And if you have access to these guys, I think you should be having the power to do any implementation. Okay. Again, this is not mandatory, but if there are some modules like for example, data transfer between OM to AR or things like that. The regular auto invoice and all runs, but there might be some attributes which actually transfer over. So it won't hurt if you can just take it over. And anyway, it's implementation. In production, you won't need this, and the end user will get their own access. So while doing implementation, my approach is take maximum roles, okay, and correspondingly give the data access. Okay. Now then I start with the general ledger things always. So I go to GL, I give the GL Aura GL accountant. That's the first role I give, and then there should be a GL manager, Aura underscore GL. Yeah, financial analyst or general accounting manager is one I give. Okay, and then there is a Aura GL financial analyst. Okay, all these are gives you access to the GLs. Then obviously you have accounts payable, accounts receivables, and those individual modules. Okay, so I think for this is good enough for now. I'm going to save this, and let's query it back to see if it's got added. John dot Reese, was it? Okay, so we have this. Let's also add one more, accounts payable manager, just to see if it's showing up. Accounts receivable. Let's do that. It's very slow. Yeah, let's take this one for now. Done. Save and close. Okay, click on done. Now, what I normally do after giving access, we need to run the LDAP job. And the easiest way to LDAP is log out and go this run user and role sync process. Just click on this one. Over the period of years, this is what I keep doing, team. So I just thought I'll share that quickly. We keep adding roles. It's called retrieve latest LDAP. In the olden days, right, when the beginning of Oracle Fusion, they had something known as IDM, okay, Identity Access Management, where it's like a separate tool altogether which worked in sync with ERP, but it was very like messy. Okay, but later on Oracle simplified it, and we got Security Console and these jobs, and they're pretty good actually. Okay, so roles are granted. Now let's go to setup and maintenance. I mean, sorry, let's exit out of it first. Okay, let's exit out of it. Let me use John Reese. Okay, use the password, and you can see that it's got majority of the things. Some things comes with the default access, but our requirement is receivables. Okay, so you have receivables. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you in this video, team. Okay, so let me know if this helps. Again, this is only for folks who don't know anything about user access. So this is one simple way to create a user. There are other ways also. You need to go into manage users and create a user, but then that still needs to be linked with the security console user. So I would say this is the first and the best option to do it. Okay, thank you so much for your time. I'll see you in the next session. Bye.